Stay there.
The rest of us, let's stand up. Let's stand up. By now. By now.
Thanks, baby.
By now. You should be feeling very hungry now. Are we good?
I like my boss belly. What is this now? No.
That's nice. Seriously.
No shell. That's nice. No shell. No shell.
Under pressure. Constant practice. I think I will advise on the money that you know personal.
Let's go back this way. Do your
Okay.
This guy needs to do that in my way. Normal.
Let's go.
Daddy, don't come back.
Let's go. You are ready to go. Are you ready to go? On this side. Go. Nice one. I see you there. That's it. Perfect posture. Let's go. There is only two on this side, one on this side. Perfect posture. That's right, yeah. That's it. Push back chair. Small. That's a good move. You don't have to your back.
Go so. We are like handle the Control your hands.
Sure, we can go with two that then 2-1. They look at the 2-1.
Let's go. You can do it. If you touch her, no worry, continue. No, yeah, now one. Let's yeah, that's it, boy. That's it.
Somebody's here.
That's like this.
Whatever you're doing, no matter how 100%. 200%. You are doing your own like this. Is anybody doing this? See, look at the street from my direct. They are shy. Go! Go Messi, go Messi.
Oh, no, come back.
Let her do this thing.
That's why you're squatting, so that your hand doesn't. You get. So, take the full stretch. Now let's do it. Yeah, let's do Normally, are we good? Normally, let's spread out again. Let's spread out again. One line down again. Upstream is good.
So, are you in the middle? Let's
Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we good? I'm tired.
No! 1 minute to go.
I'm not tired.
1 minute.
Lord. The clock is down slow. So let's stretch our legs out. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your legs out. 90 degrees. Stretch your leg out. Stretch your leg out. Stretch your leg out. If you have a problem, remove your waist. Your body should be straight. Smile.
I like now.
You have to like a wire.
What is not a wire? It's like a wire.
From behind, I beg. Now take the same now. Look up.
Don't threaten my queen. I beg.
Let's try to.
Let's try to
look at your back. Look at the person behind you. Let's try to.
Hold on.
Are we good? You move that way and rest. You move that way and rest. So you are going this way and you stop. You are resting. And you look. Let's look at ourselves. Like our pictures are behind. So let's look at ourselves. Are we good? The other way.
Look that person, but they're not
That's good. Are we good? Are we tired?
No,
Are we tired?
Yes.
So 5 more minutes.
How many minutes?
Yes, 5 more. Heel knocks.
Now.
So let's go this way.
20 more minutes.
Let's make sure the whole body is moving. The whole body is moving. Let's go. Back it up.
You want to catch up?
Let's go.
You want to catch up?
Are we good?
Yes.
Are we good?
Yes.
Are we good?
Yes.
You want to catch up?
That's good.
Normally.
So Open our legs a little. Let's open our legs a little. Our legs open. So look at me, I'm going this way.
Like this.
Yeah. Stretch.
That's tunnel. That's tunnel.
No tunnel.
From there to there.
No go mess for our face.
This is the perfect posture. This is the perfect posture. This is the perfect posture. Whatever you want to do, inside, outside, whatever is comfortable with you. Tall, smart. Blessing that you took. Yes, perfectly. That's it. That's it.
What about me now?
Please now, I beg.
You're doing well. Are we good? What's up? Oh yeah, stretch out. That's wonderful there. Stretch out, stretch out, stretch out this way, please. Let's release that back. That's good. That's good. Oh yeah, take it back again. The same position, same thing, same thing again. Same thing again. Same thing again. The same thing again. And go back, out, out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe just
How many minutes more? You feel good. That's it. Take your shower now.
Yes, it's fast.
How many minutes more? 4 minutes. 4 minutes more. 4 minutes more. Let's just move. Actually 2 minutes more.
2
see my name.
There is time before.
What is 5 minutes? How many minutes?
This time that we're using.
We are using this one because we are.
Let's go. Let's go. Last one. Last one. Last one. Last one. Last one. Last one. So we're just running forward. 5 steps. 1, 2. 1.
Let's go.
Today is all about the full body exercise to begin your week. This is going to be a tough week for each and every one of us. So let's begin on a good note. So let's push out that way. Control to the next person behind you. Yes, I see you there. I see you there. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. See, some people are already looking militant and it's just 4 days or 3 days. See Mel, see see Mazi, looking fit already and just
Mazi,
see Mary. They're getting in.
I want to
See my guy.
And this is fast.
And they walk out.
I know they keep too many.
But this product is helping matters,
Very, very necessary. Something to rub.
Normally, no now. No when pastor won't preach, you get what baby go with that.
Ah, no, this is special.
We go before.
Not see. This specialized. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Alright, boss belly better. Boss belly, see you better relax. You see, mama, but your belly flat.
I don't stand up to no put beer for you. If not, I
you get the point.
Okay, you never tell me say
before you have competition, we even spin itself. You go
like
gallop like
if you don't take care of your hand, go just sleep. Don't be happy.
No, Bible says woman are helper. Your belly is your helper. You relax.
that's in a serious. You never talk them with yourself. When they start like this, Of themselves. Serious. We won't concentrate, but that's last.
You get my let me say what that again.
I want to.
I am. Cockroach is not again. Strike him down.
I say life is like a yam.
Now so Joe when he don't come out. On the broad daylight.
Let's listen.
So is that?
Are you feeling it? What you think?
Tell me when we are starting.
You have to listen first.
Alright.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
How is it?
Nice, sir.
Good. Okay. So I hope you slept well.
I had a great night.
Say what?
I had a great night.
You had a good night. You had a good sleep. Right. Because it was asleep. You know what happened. When somebody says, how was your night? There's nothing activity with that. You slept up without knowing what happened that night. No relationship with the mind, you only had a relationship with the sleep. The right word is how it happens. That's the word. Now let's see, anytime I come around seeing you, I just want to see something about you. Yeah. It's going to be giving us a picture that we're heading somewhere. Those of you who I know in your heart, like I showed this morning, is my this is what I wanted to do after all the critics yesterday night. I know some of you that might be ringing in your heart. I can read that in your faces. I can point to who between you from what.
Me.
Yeah, of course. It's more than we do. I thought I was the best. I did this fashion show and they said I was the best. I did the fashion show, I don't know what. To me, that in fact, they did not an exemplary figure, to instruct the others. But here, the gentleman there is having fault with that. We need to criticize. Now, understand the basis
of the sins they commit. And that's why I keep getting angry with all these pastors who condemn people who commit sin. All pastors have one or two sins they commit. I've had the opportunity of being around most of them, so terrible. But I don't have any problem with that. It's nobody just, I don't have a plan to condemn people who commit sin. There is nobody without sin. Jesus Christ, it almost happened to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was an example. I tell you a lot of things Jesus Christ did, which is not technically right. But it happened because he was man, the Son of Man at that time. So he was half man and half God. But the man thing is that the human nature walked out, of which when he became complete God, he couldn't have done those things. He just cannot even do those things. Because he came to express a lot of things he did that wasn't even in the case of when the Holy Spirit came, in the case of the teachings of the disciples, they already condemned all those things. So human nature is human nature. Don't condemn anybody. Don't. If you're here, you condemn people or you judge people, stop it. Don't do that. Find a way to help others when we real mistake. Right? And so what I'm trying to say is a little while these pastors they have hard time to pray so that God tells them, all right, you did this error here, you did the error there, so you make amends. So in other words, everybody undergo through they undergo the tenacity or the hemisphere of criticism, just to make them better. So because you're human, you know what doesn't need to put. What? Put your hands together. It's only a dead person who doesn't need forgiveness. I believe you're not dead. So in as much as you're breathing, in as much as you're alive, you need improvements. You grow old, isn't it? You grow old, isn't it? Yes. So if you're growing, you should grow in your attitude, you should grow in your career, you should grow in your performance. So growth is constant. They always say the only constant thing in life is what? Change. So change is metamorphosis, which is growth. Change into be better. If you're here like nobody can tell me I'm good, then that's the beginning of failure. If you're here anytime the correction you get angry, that's the beginning of failure. In fact, at the time nobody will want to correct you. Anything you do, they'll be looking at you until you fall into a wrong place where you flop. And then perhaps your career might just end up there. Amongst you, don't feel too big amongst yourselves. Amongst yourself, you can do so and ask amongst yourself, am I doing it well? Be humble to that extent. In fact, can I shock you? The more humble you become, the more greatness you surround yourself with. Greatness is spiritual. Greatness only locates humble people. Why? The most spiritual of all, God, He says, I resist the proud and I give grace to the humble. What was it trying to say? That means the ability to do extraordinary things. The ability that even when you are nothing, people want to make you something. The ability that even when you are not good, people just want to help you to be there. They want to invest. So in those are people who are humble to a fault, people who easily make it alive. Now, let's get a phenomenon. Let's just get an example. Two famous individuals. All the people he started music with, the Remedies, they played Abu Karim, the Face, the Blackface, the Titular, all of them, who amongst all the names I've mentioned right now, can you tell me one person that is still do you. It's not witchcraft. It's not human. Some people tell you that when last did you put offering and tithes? That's the reason nothing is working. Big fucking fat lie. When last did you pray? You don't pray. Prayer has nothing to do with prayers. Well, a lot of people who will be praying, they don't even want people to sleep. They're not progressing. Is prayer good? Absolutely. In fact, to me, prayer is a relationship you have with God. If you have a relationship with your girl, your wife, or whoever, you always communicate with the person. In fact, communication is one of the mark of tight relationship. So if you have a relationship with God, you always communicate with Him. Pray, good. But sometimes when you pray to God, God will be telling you, be humble, my daughter. Be humble, my son. And you're not listening. God cannot do for you what you can do for yourself. To be humble is a decision to make. And God has given you that power to make a decision in life. And that is why God cannot change you. You can make a conscious effort to change yourself. Because the ability to change is in you. If God can change you, then He will change everybody in the world. Everybody will become good. No bad people. These criminals, you think most of them like stealing? Some of them, after stealing in their heart, even some of them, after killing somebody in their heart, they weep. Let me shock you into these criminals. Have you seen a man, after beating a wife, he goes into the room and starts weeping? But I believe it's selfishness or self-making him do all this shit. You have the power to change your world. You have the power to make everything. You have the power to make yourself better. You have the power to make yourself different. You have the power to make your character. Do you mind? God created you in His image and likeness. Think about what can God do? You can do it. I know you can say, I cannot create it. I say, who told you cannot create? Who told you? God created so that you can procreate. You can create your world with your mouth. You can create your world with your decision. Listen to me. This alcohol, I don't know. I want to stop this drinking so much. I don't. You know where to stop. Because I know how many people who have been addicts, and they just decided they didn't pray. They just sat at a decision to stop. Can I show? Can I show? Most reality TV show that came out, I know a lot of people will tell you it's a scam, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what happened? Some people did not come because it was a decision, and some people came because of decision. Decision is what you make up out of your spirit, soul, and body, a component of human existence. Decision. And that is the reason nobody will be responsible for your failure. Not even the economic situation of this country. Not even the government will be responsible for your failure. You can never hold anybody responsible. Not even the poverty of your family. Don't ever, listen to me. It is okay, no problem. You're coming from a poor home. But there's a problem with your poor. Because most great men you hear of today, they came from a church rat home. They came from a poor home. Tinubu you hear of today, he was born and abandoned. They picked him from the gutter. One woman that died yesterday, they call Yala Jaya, the head of the world market in Lagos, was the woman that picked. After after the meeting in the market, she closed. Everybody, she was there in the evening. She heard the baby crying in the basket at the corner of the roadside. Tinubu you're hearing of today, he made a decision to be great. Even if you remain poor, God will be angry with you because He's giving you the power to do great. So nobody can be responsible for your failure. Nobody can be responsible for your poverty. Nobody can be responsible for your situation. You take responsibility. And how do you take the responsibility? Make a wise decision. And the only way that the decision can manifest is when you make a wise choice, like the kind of place you find yourself, the kind of books you read, the things you do with your phone, the kind of company you keep, the kind of places you find yourself at a particular time, the things you do at your leisure, and the activities you decide to involve yourself in. People's lives are being controlled by the decision. In other words, decision is a spirit. What did I say? Decision is a spirit. Virtually everything is spiritual. Virtually everything. Do you know the reason people remain in a particular position day in, day out? They've not come to the realization that life itself is spiritual. That the world itself is spiritual. That everything, success, failure, death, all spiritual. They hear, they have eyes, they have ears, they have mouth. Poverty listens and it knows the people it want to come close to based on your decision. Greatness hears, sees, and it knows the people hears, and it knows the people they want to come to based on their decisions. And have you had the opportunity to be around these Buddhists? There are other people who are not Christians. Buddhists, Hindus, and other Confucian, atheists, and all those people. If you meet with them, I've been opportunity. You see, one thing about me, I make research a lot, and I'm a kind of person. I have opening ears, listening ears to listen to people. I don't judge them. But the only thing I know that if you don't have Christ, you're not going nowhere. But when I listen to them, I tell you these people are better than Christians. We cannot fail the religion of the devil. Jesus Christ invented the fire. Jesus Christ says, "Oh, the children of darkness are wiser than the children of the kingdom." If you listen to these people, you know what they tell you? There is no devil anywhere and there is no God anywhere. Your position to the devil is service to God. There are spirits hovering everywhere, the negative and the positive spirit. So once you start thinking negatively, it attracts the negative vibes. So everything around you starts going negative. You start seeing things going negatively, awkwardly, failure coming around. But when you start thinking positively, you see it attracts the positive vibes. Everything around you starts going positively. And it works for that. And I shock you, it is true. It is 100%. And that is the reason Jesus Christ said something. A man is consistent based on the abundance of his thoughts. As a man thinketh. Do you know your thoughts can lead you to a certain decision? So what do you think about yourself? I'm not too good. What do you think about yourself? Nobody likes me. Listen to me, even if you see it coming, the people don't really like you. You see it. Don't believe on what you see. In other words, you know what I really say? Don't believe on what you look at, because the eye will only look at people not liking you. But you see, seeing is, do you know that you don't see with your eyes? Do you know that? Hello? Yes. You don't see with your eyes. You only look. You see through your mind. Because it's an information. Looking It's just a sight, and it downloads into your mind, and then your mind processes it and gives you information. It is not the eyes that gives you the information of what you look at. It is your mind that gives you the information of what you look at. Then, once you perceive whatever from your mind and you believe it, it downloads in your heart. And you start carrying it about. And that is what either gives you a problem or gives you success. We can look at something equally, but we see differently. What? The minds. That is the reason you can only be transformed by renewing your mind. You see through your mind. So I always say to people, stop looking, see. The reason a lot of people fail today is because they look. Now, you look. Everybody hates you. See, one thing about the eyes. The eyes is deceptive. This eye is very deceptive. A lot of people are lazy today. They don't want to make a step because they look. The world, no money, economic problem, economic meltdown. But when your mind tells you, no, I can make it in spite of what my eyes looks at, and that is when things start happening. Look at yourself. What do you see? My dad does not like him. If I can't work, he always complains. That's what I see. See beyond that. In fact, can I show you? From now, start seeing yourself as a God. What did I say? Then that word G-O-D, go back to your mansion, sit down, write that word G-O-D and analyze it. What is God? Does God fail? I can never fail. Is God poor? I can never be poor. Is God creative? Oh my God, nothing will stop you from being creative. Is God deceived? Nobody can deceive me. Think about God and then put yourself in that class. And one thing about God, do you know sometimes people don't know that God weeps sometimes? We see his children. He calls us children. A dog cannot look like a goat. So if you are his breed, if you are God's breed, you must be like him. But everybody's lost. He created you to keep representing him here on earth. None of you, everybody on their own ways. Nobody's doing that. And it's paining God. And every day, everybody want to shout at him, shout, oh God, are you not seeing me? Why? And God's telling you why? Because you're stupid. No, we are gods. Tell yourself that. And it work as us. Talk like God talks. How does God talk? Everything that is out of the mouth of God is positive. His love. Express that. He's creative. He's unlimited. Nothing is